Hello everyone and welcome in 2023. Now this is the first day, it's the 2nd of January, first working day here in Czech Republic, and it's already time for our January developer update. So welcome in the new year. Ondrej, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. How are you after the long break?
I'm all right. I had 2 weeks of vacation, so far so good. I'm fresh. I'm actually looking forward to get back to work.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. I already have work almost done. It's 6 p.m. here, so I'm looking forward to have some rest.
Nice. All right, so let's make this quick, and let's jump into the first item on the list for January, and that is Brian McKeever and Content Rocks podcast. Now, he had our own not content migration. That's the topic of their talk, but he had a Michael Andrews, and he's a content strategy evangelist, if I'm not mistaken. And they talked about content migration. Now, Ondrej, you already listened to the podcast, so what did you like the most?
Yeah, basically, I don't want to spoil everything, but they found a really good algorithm between content modeling and content migration for moving the house and moving all the stuff that you have in there. So it was pretty nice. They got some key aspects that you should be really focusing on when you do the content migration or content model migration. So this is really interesting, and they will basically walk you through to the basics and give you the whole idea what you might focus on if you want to do this kind of thing.
Now, of course, Brian is a technical person. Michael isn't. But what I gotta say, from my experience, whenever I need something, content modeling related, I always go to Michael. He's my go-to person for those things. I always ask him if he thinks this is a good idea or not. So he's really knowledgeable in that area. So definitely a great podcast to watch. And I wanted to add one more cent, and that is next Monday we're gonna be releasing a video about content modeling from developer perspective that we recorded I think a month ago when we met Mike Wills in Seattle, and he's actually been he's a developer at Blue Modus, and he's actually been doing a lot of content modeling discoveries, from developer's perspective himself on a client project. So he's got a really valuable inputs. So that is coming on Monday. So make sure to subscribe to this channel and to Kontent.ai channel on YouTube, not to miss that one. And we can jump to the next item on the list. I think that's Developer Nation survey. Now, the Developer Nation survey is something that we promote every year. I think it runs twice a year. Apart from the fact that it gives us and a lot of very similar companies in the SaaS space and other computing companies a lot of valuable insights into what the developers of the world actually want. We always try to help these guys get as many surveys finished. So the link is down in the video description. And of course, I figured we could make it a bit spicier this time. So if you actually go ahead with the survey and finish it, let us know that you did it. Just send us a message on Discord. We'll add a link to Discord in this description as well. Send us a message that you did the survey, and we'll send you a T-shirt or something that you will like, from our Kontent.ai swag. If you missed us on the conferences that we attended last year, so that was the easiest way to get our swag, but of course not everyone can travel. So yeah, we'll just ship you something as a token of appreciation.
I might have one more remark. If you finish the Developer Nation survey, you also have a chance to win amazing prizes right from them. And as well, they are giving back something. So for every qualified survey, they are putting $0.10 to charity of your choice. So I think last year was a couple of hundreds of thousands of responses. So if you do the math, it's not like not really small amount. It's pretty decent contribution as well.
It's a lot of money actually, and you can choose which one of the choices that they give the money to You can select which one you prefer. In my case, it's always FreeCodeCamp because that has a special place in my heart, and I've learned so much from them. So I appreciate that a lot. Yeah. And I think that the next topic is GitHub. Now that goes beyond my expertise. So Ondrej, do you want to chip in with GitHub being fully migrated?
Yeah. So you already set the core. GitHub is already fully migrated into the new Kontent.ai or GitHub organization. It's all open source. It has all the related repositories migrated from Kentico to Kontent.ai, but not just that. We basically got all the repositories that we needed to migrate. We invest a little bit more time on that. We try to implement new CIs and CD pipelines. We try to implement the type safety whenever it's possible, so TypeScript, .NET everywhere, Java everywhere where it was needed. We implemented a new, let's say, level of protection for us. We try to set up the best practices, and of course, update the READMEs, because these are the ones that gets outdated pretty easily and quickly. So this is something that we have been working on for some time. Now it's fully done. So feel free to take a look. You will get the core of the guide post here. And as we probably mentioned last month, on the December update, we have a Kontent.ai developer resources right here with the search itself. And if you want to find out the new categorization of the repositories, the only thing that you need to find, and we will probably share the link in the description down below. If you take a look to the naming convention, for that you will see that we have official naming convention and tagging, and we have 4 new tags: Kontent.ai, Kontent.ai integration, Kontent.ai tool, and Kontent.ai sample. So you can group the repositories, not just have a big bunch of repositories in one big list. You have this categorization that you can see the repositories, and you can also submit your repositories just by adding the GitHub topic to your repository itself. So feel free to do so. If you're interested, to the samples, just open up the samples, and you will see the list of the samples that we have: PHP, React, Gatsby, and everything we have in place.
Nice. So one question I had, while we were talking about it, is if I'm a developer and my project is actually working with some of these tools, is using SDKs or something, is there something I need to do proactively? Do I need to change NPM packages names or something, or is this something more of a concern for new projects?
Yeah, good remark. I almost forgotten. We have renamed all the packages, and we have been focusing on renaming all of the namespaces and everything. So if you just scroll down, or if you open up our changelog on Kontent.ai/learn, so we just open the changelog and select category for SDKs and tools, you will see that we have the links to the new packages all in one place. So if you want to see all of them, you can see that, for example, Ruby is now under RubyGems Kontent.ai delivery. So you can open it up and see the README, see what you should do. And of course, in the GitHub releases on the right in the README itself, you will have the migration guide, so you can follow the steps. Most of the time, it's just changing the name and changing the namespaces, so it won't be that hard. So I would recommend to do it as soon as possible. You don't need to do it right away, but we will add a new feature to these new packages. So if you want to get the new features, you should plan the migration soon.
Sounds good. Okay, I think that the next item on the list is something regarding Zapier. And we've actually been using Zapier a lot in our own project for form handlers, sending files around. So can you share more about the improvements that were done to the Zapier integration?
Yeah, that was one of the last repositories that we have been migrating. So it's again open source. You can take a look to the GitHub. But before, it was just written in JavaScript. There was no CI and CD pipeline. There was no type safety. So we introduced a new way how we do the integrations. So it's written in TypeScript. So you have a type safety. There is a CI and CD pipeline. So it checks the type definition, it checks the type safety, then it runs the tests. We implemented a test for the Kontent.ai integrations right in there using the API core testing functionalities. So now you are basically getting the same functionality, but you are much more safer. If we introduce a new feature and everything, you will be sure that there is nothing wrong with that. So just go there and upgrade your Zap to the new version. There should be a couple of breaking changes that are in the release changelog, but not as much. Mostly because of the naming convention. So sometimes you need to switch critical content to Kontent.ai.
Right. Okay, that sounds good. When something is written in TypeScript and covered by tests, that's what you want, right?
That's true.
All right. And the last thing we have on the list is the NDC London conference. Now, the NDC, the conference season, ended last year during the fall, but NDC is something that is coming at the end of January, 23rd to 27th of January, and is definitely something that is worth visiting. Many big names and a lot of speakers. It's a full week conference. It's interesting that the conferences are or can be that long these days. And we're going to be there on site. The expo days are, I think, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you want to meet us, if you want to get some Kontent.ai swag, that actually made it to the UK. I got some messages, internal messages from FedEx that the packages actually made it through the customs. So this time we'll have more swag. So yeah, definitely meet us in London at the end of January. We'll be happy to see you there and say hi.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be there as well. As you can see here in the partner section, here we are, Kontent.ai, next to the pretty big brands again. So feel free to stop by.
Cool. I think that wraps up the January update. I think it's going to be very interesting year, very interesting month of January ahead of us. Now, one last thing I wanted to ask you, Ondrej, what is it that you are the most passionate about, coming into the new year? What is the thing that you look forward the most?
During the Christmas, because we all have been, trying to rest, but your laptop never sleeps. So I opened it up a couple of times and I was trying to do some hobby stuff and hobby projects. And I was fixing and implementing a couple of things on my IoT system. And I found out that nowadays it's much easier to just open up the OpenGPT chatbot and ask him about your problems or your ideas, and basically do the Googling and everything by itself and reply you with a nice answer. So this is something that I really liked, and I'm really looking forward to that, to just switch Googling stuff and trying to search through millions of pages and trying to find the right answer, to go to the one place, ask any questions you want, and you will get the answer that you probably are looking for.
Nice. Yeah, I second that. I actually was very impressed with the brand's presentation at Horizons in New York just 1.5 months ago, where he showed some of the AI integrations and examples. That was very interesting. So let's see if this is going to be the year of AI and how that's going to change the lives of content editors and developers. And we'll see you all again the first Monday of the month, which is going to be in February. So see you in a month and enjoy your Januaries.
See you. Bye.